Republicans just filed an emergency lawsuit that could determine control of Congress for the next decade, and the place they chose to file it tells you everything you need to know about how desperate they really are. Here's what's actually happening. Virginia Democrats announced they're redrawing congressional maps to counter Republican gerrymandering in Texas, North Carolina, and Missouri. This redistricting battle could flip 3 to 4 House seats blue, completely neutralizing the GOP's nationwide redistricting power grab. But Republicans aren't going down without a fight. A group of Virginia Republicans just filed a lawsuit trying to block the entire redistricting plan. And this isn't just any lawsuit. This is a Hail Mary that reveals how weak their legal argument actually is. Let me explain why. The Republican lawsuit claims that Virginia's House Speaker doesn't have the authority to reconvene a special legislative session. See, Governor Glenn Youngkin called a special session last year that was adjourned but never officially concluded. Virginia Democrats plan to use that existing session to pass a constitutional amendment that would allow partisan redistricting. They'd pass it once now, again in early 2025, then put it on the ballot in April for voters to decide. Republicans argue only the governor can expand the scope of a special session, not the speaker. But legal experts say that's simply not what Virginia law says. When you read the plain text of the rules, the Republican argument falls apart. This redistricting lawsuit looks more like political theater than serious constitutional law. But here's where it gets really interesting. Republicans didn't file this Virginia redistricting case in Richmond, the state capital where you'd expect a major constitutional challenge to be filed. They didn't file in Northern Virginia or any population center. Instead, they filed in Tazewell County, a tiny rural county on the West Virginia border that most Virginians have never heard of. Why does that matter? Because when lawyers think they have a strong case, they file where it makes logical sense. When they're forum shopping for a friendly judge, they file in places like Tazewell County. This venue choice screams desperation louder than any legal brief could. This entire Virginia redistricting fight mirrors what happened in California. Republicans filed 2 lawsuits in the California Supreme Court trying to block redistricting. They lost both times. Then Texas Congressman Ronnie Jackson went to a conservative Texas judge to stop California's ballot initiative. That failed too. Now we're seeing the same playbook in Virginia. File anywhere, hope something sticks, pray for a miracle. Let's talk about what's actually at stake in this redistricting battle. Virginia has 11 congressional seats. Republicans currently hold 5 of them. But Virginia is not a 6-5 state politically. It has 2 Democratic senators. It votes overwhelmingly for Democratic presidents. It's about to elect a Democratic governor in a landslide. Virginia is fundamentally a blue state that's been artificially split down the middle by redistricting. Most experts agree a fair Virginia map would be 7-4 or 8-3 Democratic. Even a nonpartisan redistricting commission would likely produce that result. But if Virginia Democrats draw the map themselves, they could easily gain 3 seats, possibly 4. That's 3 to 4 House seats flipping from red to blue, which is massive when control of Congress hangs by a thread. Some progressive lawmakers want to push for all 5 seats. That would create a 10-1 Democratic map. But realistically, 3 or 4 seats is where this redistricting fight will land. And that requires Northern Virginia Democrats to give up some of their massive partisan advantages. Right now, some districts are D plus 118, D plus 26, even D plus 30. You don't need to win by 30 points. If incumbents accept D plus 8 or D plus 10 districts instead, Democrats can spread those voters around and create more competitive seats. This is exactly what happened in California redistricting. Congressman Robert Garcia voluntarily moved into a swing district so Democrats could maximize their statewide gains. That's the kind of selflessness this moment requires. The Virginia redistricting lawsuit will almost certainly fail. The legal arguments are weak. The venue choice is suspicious, and ultimately, this case will end up at the Virginia Supreme Court, no matter where it starts. But Republicans are throwing everything at the wall because they know what's coming. When Virginia redraws its congressional maps, it will neutralize much of their nationwide gerrymandering advantage. Democracy shouldn't depend on who draws the lines, but until we have national redistricting reform, Democrats have no choice but to fight fire with fire. What do you think? Should Virginia Democrats go for 3 seats or push for 4? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you want to stay updated on this redistricting battle as it unfolds, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications.